minus 2, 0 here. So let's confirm if that is the case. So let me go to the questions. So the questions, what do they say? What is the question saying? So I will leave the diagram. I will remove this one because it is interpreted there in the diagram. So now we are saying we want to see what is the question looking for. So the question is saying write down the range of G. So question number 1, it is saying write down the range of G. That's question number 1. Number 2, it is saying write down the coordinates of R. Number 3, it is saying calculate the values of A and Q for that parabola, for this downward slope, the downward curve of the parabola. Then determine the equation. Then you also have to determine the equation of F, which is a straight line. Right? Yes, those are the questions. So write down the range of G. So the range, how do we find the range? So the range, we know that we have a maximum point on our graph. And our graph is starting at a point that we don't know. It's starting at a point going downward, since it's a downward concave of a parabola. So we can't know where our graph starts from because we are not given the range, and we are supposed to estimate the range. So in this range, now we go on to the graph. What is the maximum point on the graph that we can know, that we can determine, that we can see? It's 8 on the y-axis. So that makes the range from negative infinity, both starting from the negative up to 8. This becomes the range of the graph, because 8 is the maximum point on the graph that we can see. And we are saying our graph is going downwards to the negative side. That means we don't know where it is starting from. Therefore, it is starting from negative infinity up to 8. So that makes the range. And remember, what is the range? It is the difference between the minimum point and the maximum point. That's what we call the range. And the coordinates of R. How do we find the coordinates of R? We set x equals to set y equals to 0 for us to find the set y equals to 0 to find the y-intercept. Set y equals to 0 to find the x-intercept. Yes. We set y equals to 0 to find the x-intercept. So when we are finding the x-intercept, we find two values. So when you are given this value, x equals to 2, we can find an x-intercept of x equals to 2, because remember the general function of the parabola, it says ax squared plus q. So when you say y is 0, that means here we're getting two values of x, and the first one being this one, that means oro minus 2. That means these coordinates we derived as 0.20, and the other one must be minus 2, 0, because remember it's an x-intercept where both values of y are 0, both along the x-axis. We only have one point of y, that is y is 0. So that means the coordinates of r, so we say r is minus 2, 0. Right. Then now the question says calculate the value of q. We want to calculate the value of q. So when you want to calculate the value of q, we can first calculate the gradient of this line. So let's calculate the gradient of this line, since we know the 2 points. So how do we calculate the gradient? So we say so we said m is equal to change in y over change in x, which is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this makes, let's say now this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So now we are saying 8 minus, because this is the line that we want to determine the, here we're determining the equation of the line of f. Okay, so I'll come back to calculate the value of a and q. So here we're now saying the equation is 8 minus 0 over, now we are saying 0 minus 2. So we are saying 8 minus 0 is 8 over 2. 0 plus 2. So this becomes 8 over 2, which is 4. So if we find the gradient of 4, that means on our equation